Welcome back to our podcast. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into a recent event. It's sparked quite a significant conversation, really, about how major sports leagues respond to public tragedies and, the principles that guide those decisions.
Yeah.
We've looked at the sources you sent, and our mission is, to really unpack the nuances here for you.
And it's fascinating, isn't it, how this one specific incident just immediately brought up this broader kind of unresolved question about consistency versus context. When these huge institutions make public statements or gestures, it's a tricky tightrope they walk.
It absolutely is. So let's get into the incident itself. This happened September 10th.
Okay.
Conservative activist Charlie Kirk, he's the founder of Turning Point USA, the youth conservative group.
Yeah, very well known for campus events.
Exactly. He was speaking at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. Big audience, about 3,000 people.
Wow.
And he was shot in the neck. Police believe it was a sniper firing from a nearby rooftop.
Just awful.
Yeah. They later recovered a bolt-action rifle. And there's a 22-year-old suspect now in custody, facing aggravated murder charges.
Okay.
We should stress, though, the motive is still just an allegation at this point. It's under investigation.
Right. Important clarification. So with that as the backdrop, former ESPN host Sage Steele posted on X, used to be Twitter, of course, and she urged the major leagues, NFL, NBA, WNBA, MLB, NHL, to honor Kirk.
And she explicitly drew a comparison, didn't she?
She did. She contrasted directly with how leagues responded after George Floyd's death, basically asking, why the difference?
And that really brings us to this core argument for consistency.
Yeah.
Steele's supporters, they're demanding that consistency. They argue if sports institutions are going to mourn publicly, that standard shouldn't depend on the politics involved.
The argument being, essentially, a tragedy is a tragedy, right? Why treat one differently?
Exactly. Why one but not the other? But then you have the critics.
Right. And the counter that context matters a lot. Maybe simple consistency isn't the right way to look at it.
How so?
Well, think back to George Floyd's killing in 2020. It was captured on video. It sparked this massive conversation about systemic racism. It was a unique kind of reckoning.
Right, it felt different.
And the response reflected that. The NBA, a league that's roughly 70% black, put Black Lives Matter right there on its courts. The WNBA, the NFL, also majority black leagues, they followed with official statements various initiatives.
So those responses weren't just like a quick moment of silence.
Not at all. They were framed as acknowledgments of a specific historical and communal pain felt by Black Americans. It was about more than just that one event.
That is a crucial distinction, which makes you wonder, have there been any tributes for Kirk from the leagues?
Well, actually, yes. Some tributes have occurred. The New York Yankees held a moment of silence.
Okay.
And the NFL apparently led a league-initiated tribute before a recent game.
So there have been some acknowledgments. But that broader question Sage Steele raised...
It's still unresolved, isn't it? How do these leagues decide when to speak out, when to make these gestures?
Yeah, it forces you to distinguish between, two very different realities.
Yep.
Both serious, absolutely, but they resonate differently.
Exactly. And look, it's important to recognize Sage Steele has every right to her opinion. And political violence is, without question, a deeply serious issue. We have to pay attention to that.
Of course.
But what the sources are highlighting is that equating Kirk's killing directly with Floyd's murder, it risks sort of flattening two very different things.
How do you mean flattening?
Like ignoring the distinct contexts. One is the targeted killing of a specific political figure. The other is deeply tied into a long, painful history of racial violence in America. Both matter immensely, but they aren't the same in their historical weight or how they connect to a specific community's identity.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, watching these big institutions try to navigate these really complex emotional situations?
Well, I think this is the central tension, right? The heart of the story. Should leagues aim to treat all tragedies exactly the same way, kind of a universal approach? Or does context, things like history, this specific community affected, identity, does that define when their voice actually carries the most weight, when it's most meaningful?
It definitely challenges any easy answers, doesn't it?
Absolutely. What our sources really seem to unpack here is that this isn't just a simple debate about fairness, like should everyone get the same tribute? It's more a window into this incredibly difficult balancing act leagues face.
Balancing what exactly?
Balancing trying to show a kind of universal empathy for all tragedy while also acknowledging specific historical pains and identities that resonate really deeply within their own player base, their own communities.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, the whole consistency argument sometimes misses that internal dynamic. That alignment often drives league action. They have to weigh universal solidarity against the unique significance, the historical weight of each event for their specific world.
That's a really interesting way to frame it. It adds another layer to understanding why these decisions are so complex.
It really is. There's rarely a simple answer when history, identity, and public tragedy intersect like this.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe our YouTube channel and like the video if you enjoyed it. See you in the next episode.